I downloaded 9 real-life vehicle mods into Cyberpunk 2077. Today, we'll be taking an in-depth look at car mods such as the Ford Hennessey Velociraptor, the Mustang RTR Spec 5, the Audi R8, and many more. Most of these mods have come out within the last few months. Let's check them out. So I'm a believer that good mods can be game changers when it comes to keeping a game fresh. I'm also a big car guy, so I've been patiently waiting for someone to figure out how to get real-world car mods working in this game. Thankfully, a few modders have been working hard to bring these cars into the game for us, and I must say, they look pretty good. All of these mods are add-ons, so they do not actually replace any vehicles, but maybe we'll have more of that in the near future. First up, we are looking at the 2015 Porsche 918 Spyder, which is definitely considered a collectible at this point, seeing that it is theoretically 62 years old. To be honest, I could definitely see this car being part of a quest in the game. In real life, only 918 of these 918s were made, and they originally sold for $850,000. It can hit 60 miles per hour in 2.5 seconds, which makes sense why it's so fast in the game. Unfortunately, this mod does not have an openable frunk, but it does have a well-detailed interior for the first-person experience. Next up is the Mustang RTR, which does have an openable hood and trunk, and I might say their attention to detail here is simply insane on both ends. This model is a 2018, which only makes it about 59 years old. This one fits a little less in the Cyberpunk world in my opinion, but still the model is beautiful. In real life, this car has a powerful 750 horsepower, and you definitely feel that in the game pretty accurately. Next is the 2015 Rolls-Royce Wraith, which I actually could see fitting well in the Cyberpunk universe. These cars started at $290,000 when they first came out. Like the Mustang, the attention to detail on this one is absolutely amazing from the exterior to the interior. It definitely is a great mod if you want to keep an immersive experience. By the way, the Starlight roof and bulletproof windows are pretty badass. If I were to choose one of these 9 vehicles that we're showing today to be my daily driver in Cyberpunk, it would probably be this one if it didn't handle so badly off-road. But to be honest, I don't think these cars are known for their off-road capabilities in real life either. Albeit, it handles very nicely and is a great cruiser. You can definitely feel the weight on this one. Next up is the 2002 Nissan Skyline GTR, which is now a 75-year-old car. This was one of the earlier releases, and unfortunately it does not have a custom interior, and it does not have an openable trunk or hood. However, it handles amazingly and is probably one of the best mods to download if you want to do some drifting around Night City. This car also simply makes sense within the game, and although you may think that this one is cheaper than some of the other cars that we're looking at, people today are paying $300,000 to get their hands on this currently 21-year-old car. I can't imagine how much people are paying in 2077. This next one, which the modder claims as, and I quote, somewhere between corporate and backyard speed freak, is the 2016 Mercedes-Benz C63S AMG, boasting 671 horsepower. This backyard speed freak will get you to 60 miles an hour in 3.3 seconds. This model is another one that has simply amazing attention to detail from the exterior to the interior to even the engine sound selection. I would not mind having one of these in real life. Unfortunately, I think this is the only color that we have to work with, but I would love to eventually see this one in black. I think it would just tie the whole car together. I think this is the most affordable car that we've looked at so far at an $84,000 base price, and something tells me that it will still be rather affordable if found in good condition in 2077. Next up is the 2013 Audi R8 with the Liberty Walk package. It also has an openable frunk and trunk. A lot of people call this the practical supercar, which I like because it invites a little more realism than having, say, a Lambo or Ferrari in the game, but everyone has their preferences. Regardless, this mod is super fun to drive, and just like some people use the R8 as a daily driver in real life, I would definitely use this as my daily driver in Cyberpunk. This mod does come with options that I do not have on right now, such as a front aero disc. You can put some stickers on it, and you can also put either a ducktail or a spoiler on the back, but the stripped down version still also looks and sounds amazing, and just like all of the other cars that we have looked at, it sort of feels like it belongs in the game. Whoa, what the heck? Coming in at number I don't know is the 2003 Mini Cooper S R53, which I think is one of the less popular options. It is missing a very essential part of the car, as you can see, and it doesn't have a very detailed interior, which would bother me, to be honest. But one thing that we do get with this one is like 16 color options, which is pretty cool. I believe the Skyline also has a few color options to choose from, but I'm not sure. This thing has a 0 to 60 of 7.2 seconds, which makes it our slowest vehicle of the lineup. Not my favorite, but thank you to the modder for getting this one in. Next up is the Ford Hennessey Velociraptor, which, you know, maybe this one's my favorite. Not necessarily because I'm much of a truck person, but because you can absolutely slam through the vehicles on the road with it. Nothing will stop this truck, and it also handles great off-road as expected. It sort of reminds me of the Basilisk, which I had a lot of fun driving in my video where I went over all of the cars available in Cyberpunk. In real life, this monster would cost you $500,000, but you can buy it in-game for 180,000 Euro dollars. This not-so-fuel-efficient vehicle weighs in at 9,000 pounds and puts out 800 horsepower. This truck is actually the modder's first mod, and I will say, with that said, it looks great. There are some to-dos to do on it still, such as fixing some bugs and adding the ability to open the trunk, hood, inventory, etc. But even without those things completed, this is still a very fun vehicle to drive. Maybe in the future we will see a Tesla Cybertruck. They're not the prettiest trucks out there, but they would still be very appropriate in the Cyberpunk world. Finally, we have the Bugatti Chiron Super Sport, which looks extremely dang close to the Wraith Caliburn. This mod makes me want to take back everything I said about only wanting to drive a practical supercar in the game, because it is super fun to drive, which I'm very sure is accurate to real life. In real life, this car does 0 to 60 in 2.3 seconds and offers 1,500 horsepower, which definitely classifies it as a supercar. That all would cost you $3 million, by the way, and $12,000 in annual maintenance. Absolutely insane. But back to what we have in front of us, this model is just stunning, and the attention to detail is very present. It looks very nice, and it looks even nicer for the night drives. I'd argue this car would turn even more heads than the Caliburn, but let me know what you think in the comments. Alright guys, that wraps up today's video. It was supposed to come out last month, but I had some things come up. I apologize for that. Thank you for sticking with me here, and if you made it this far, I really appreciate you. I would also appreciate if you would like, comment, and or subscribe, because it would help me grow immensely, and it would let me know that you want to see more videos like this. Also, let me know in the comments what your favorite car is, or what you would like to see in Cyberpunk next. Me personally, I would like to see some slightly more practical cars like Escalades, BMWs, Teslas, etc. But until next time, thank you all again. I cannot wait to see you for the next video.